Juan de la Cruz was convicted for a commission of a crime punishable under RA 9165, otherwise known as Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, and imposed upon him a penalty of an indeterminate sentence of 4 years of imprisonment as minimum to 8 years as maximum. He appealed his case to Court of Appeals, which reduces the sentence to 3 years as minimum to 6 years as maximum. Considering the case background given, it is not enough to grant Juan de la Cruz the benefits of probation despite diminishing his sentence to 3 years as minimum to 6 years as maximum. Because, as eloquently stated in paragraph B, Section 7 of Parole and Probation Administration Omnibus Rules on Probation Methods and Procedures, offenders found guilty of violating Republic Act No. 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, except Sections 12, 14, 17, and 70 are ineligible to apply for probation. This means that if Juan de la Cruz violated either Section 12, 14, 17, or 70, there's a possibility that the court will grant his application for probation. However, the specific violation is not included in the case background, therefore, I conclude that Juan de la Cruz is disqualified to apply for the privilege of probation.
No, still, he is not qualified for applying for probation because drug pushing is still punishable under this Republic Act 9165 or otherwise known as Comprehensive Dangerous Act of 2002. And also, according to the Section 24 of RA 9165, any person convicted for drug trafficking or pushing under this act, regardless for the penalty imposed by the court, cannot avail the privilege granted by the probation law or Presidential Decree No. 968.
The example of support this claim is the case of Michael Padua versus People of the Philippines, in which the trial court denied for probation owing the reason that he violated the Section 5 Article 2 of the Republic Act No. 9165 as he, together with Edgar Belches, illicitly sell and deliver a 0.486 grams of dried marijuana to PO1 Roland Panis, who are acted as a pusher buyer.
If Juan de la Cruz is a first-time minor offender under RA 9165 and the decision of the Court of Appeals is to sustain the penalty of 4 years to 8 years of imprisonment, in this case, he is qualified for probation because according to the Section 70 of RA 9165 entitled Probation or Community Service for a First-Time Minor Offender in lieu of imprisonment, the court may, in its discretion, place the accused under probation, even if the sentence provided under this act is higher than that provided under existing law on probation, or impose community service in the lieu of imprisonment.
In case of probation, the supervision and the rehabilitative surveillance shall be undertaken with the Board through the DOH in coordination with the Board of Pardons and Parole and the Probation Administration. Upon compliance with the conditions of the probation, the Board shall submit a written report to the Court recommending termination of probation and the final discharge of the probationer, whereupon the Court shall issue such an order if the sentence formulated by the Court requires imprisonment. The period spent in the center by the accused during the suspended sentence period shall be deducted from the sentence to be served.
If that's the case, Juan de la Cruz can be granted and placed on the probation due to the reason that his sentence was reduced to 3 years as minimum and 6 years as maximum, which means that he is not a disqualified offender because according to Section 9 of PD 968, which was amended by the Republic Act 1077, only those sentenced to serve maximum imprisonment of more than 6 years will not enjoy the benefits of probation.
As stated in Section 1 of Republic Act 1077, which amended the Section 4 of Presidential Decree Number 968, the trial court shall, upon receipt of the application filed, suspend the execution of the sentence imposed in the judgment, which means even though the application is still waiting for the decision of the court, the moment it was filed and received, the defendant's sentence is prevented from being in effect.